Hello. So it is Sip and Sprint tonight. So Trish will be in shortly. She is currently making herself a beverage, and I am drinking the standard Cape Cod this evening. You know, helps urinary tract infection. I don't know what it really does. It's a lot of booze. So by the end of that glass, I'm going to be pretty happy. And then I'm chatting with a bunch of superhero authors because that's basically what we do. But good news is I am in kind of a exciting spot for my work in progress. I last night stared at the screen for probably a good hour, just trying to go through some mental gymnastics about why is my plot doing what it's doing, and suddenly I figured it out. And thankfully, it does mean I'm going to have to do some rewriting, but it's going to be so much better now that I've kind of clinched a tone that I was kind of lacking. Hi, Miranda. I figured you'd be here. I hope you have booze. Essentially, what I figured out was the church in my book is they're really good people and they do good things. And I'm Jeremy Flagg. No one does anything good in my books. So now the church is becoming evil, and everything just kind of fell into place around that. So it took a little bit of figuring out, but I realized that I was writing basically a buddy cop adventure thing, but now I know what I'm doing. Hey, you.
Hello.
Let me turn down my volume here. There we go. So I figured out my major plot issue yesterday.
Good for you. Is it similar to the one that we were talking about?
Yes. So that I can't say it because it's the plot twist.
Oh
no. The football metaphor actually worked out, and then I had to ask the question, why does the church want the football? I know I'm talking weird analogies, just deal with it. But the church is good people. They would never. Now, why am I writing them as good people? I'm warping and twisting them, and they now kind of rule with an iron fist, and it's been bastardized, and they've lied about the scripture, and
but no church ever does that.
No, never. And now the football has the original scripture.
So the football can prove that they're full of shit. Oh, that's brilliant.
And
well done, sir.
And it actually, weirdly enough, fit in with Night Covenants because the scripture was in a weird location, and no one would have gone to get it, so it's still kind of where it was left.
Okay.
But he would have been there. So everything has made some sense, but I did have to go back through and note this scene needs to be rewritten, this scene needs to be written, but it's only 5 scenes to change some tone. So good. Now I feel comfortable enough with what I know will happen with what I've already written that I can move forward.
Good. That is so good. I'm so happy for you.
So, yeah, and my pacing is still off, so some of it's going to need to get tightened. We're having a lot of walking conversations. They walk and talk a lot.
So info dumping?
Yeah, and I'm trying to make the conversations not info dumping. So like there's literally a conversation about their favorite food.
Which would be character revealing.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So there's too much walking.
It's like Lord of the Rings. Are they there yet?
Well, and that's kind of what is happening is they're walking on foot from Grand Rapids to upstate New York, which
Dear
is,
God.
you know, like 6 days of hiking.
Are there no cars in your world?
No, I actually destroyed all the cars.
Holy crap, I was kidding.
Well, because why would they do this otherwise? So they stole a truck, a gas-based vehicle, because they're so few, because people have to make their own gas.
Oh, okay.
And they had to ditch the car for a very logical reason in the plot. Mm-hmm. And then she's going to steal another car later on. And cars are the metal that makes the car is actually solar conductive, so newer cars don't need gas.
Oh wow.
So I did a lot of research on this.
You did? Wow, that's some world building there. That's awesome.
But I figured if I was going to lean into sci-fi, I needed science.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I figured out why my couple in my romance novel stays together. What is the adhesion plot point? I figured it out.
Did you just shove them in an elevator?
No, I killed somebody. I killed someone off in Act 1. Someone that I'm pretty sure the way that I'm writing them, the reader's going to be like, what the hell? They're a very likable character. But it's someone that's important to both of them. And the police are going to say, oh, it was a suicide. And they're both going to go, wait a minute, no. So they have to work together. They realize together we can figure out what happened to them.
Okay.
So that's the adhesion plot point.
Are you fridging someone?
Oh, you called. Damn it. It is.
I can only say it because I fridged Eleanor in the first chapter.
I'm going to have to think about that. I might be. Damn it.
Dude.
No, it's a. Well, I could make it a guy, actually. I could make it a guy.
I mean, I'm not saying that that's not fridging, but at least it's not as.
It's not a woman, yeah. I don't know. I got to give it some thought. Because in my head, it's a woman. So. Damn it.
Yes. Score 1 for the dude feminist. I only know what fridging is because of you, so this is really your fault.
Well, and I can't sit here and complain about it and then do it in my book. I actually do have an accidental fridging in the very first Vigilantes book. I kill off her aunt, which sets her off on this sort of revenge kind of plot for the rest of the book. And I was like, damn it, I did it. I totally did that.
I do feel that there is a little bit of a difference in killing off a not significant other. I do feel that there is a different caliber at that point.
And
that hairs, but
no, it's a fair point because fridging really did start off with it being the wife or the girlfriend or the daughter or the mother, like some kind of relationship that was really close. But I mean, mostly though romantic. So
yeah, I would almost in my head, of the shades of fridging, it's wife, daughter would probably be the two immediate, or girlfriend or fiance or whatnot. Mm-hmm. And then the next radius would be the family members.
You know what? I got to take a break because I forgot my daughter is supposed to have a Zoom call with her two best friends like right now, and I totally forgot about it.
Oh,
I need to take a break.
Cool.
I am. I'll be right back.
Okay. Meanwhile, I'm just going to serenade you with this sultry voice. Actually, I'm going to see about hopping into let me see what sprint situation. Ooh, there's a sprint happening right now. So I'm actually going to hop into a sprint. It'll go till, so it's only about 8 minutes left, but that should be fine. So we'll go to 6:50. If I can figure out how to type, I swear I'm not drunk yet. And who knows who might else pop in and join us. I'll be back soon. Get writing. Put your butt in the chair. Make words.
It wasn't gone that long. You already had a sprint? Jeez. You want to do another? Okay.
I just hopped on the tail end of one of Angie's.
Oh.
I kind of know where I'm going with my plot at the moment. I just talked to Lana. She might show up. It depends on how her morning goes. But she wants to get together and chat at some point, and we can do talk cover stuff and like pre-sprint, and then we can do some sprinting at some point.
Great. I'm excited for her to do the cover for our romance anthology. So do you want to do another sprint in 10 minutes? Do you want to do a sprint at 7 your time?
Sure.
All right.
There we go. Got it set up. And
on the Discord, how do you set it for further out than 2 minutes? I've been trying to do that and it won't let me.
Now you have to do it as sprint for 20 in 5. So you can't set it to a clock anymore. He's working on it, so we'll have that feature back. But right now, like, you have to say like sprint for 20 in 7, and it will.
Okay.
Which I don't like because it means that you're sometimes starting in the middle of a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And
that feels weird.
It's just hard to, sync our bat watches. So I started reading Franklin's romance mission.
Really?
Watching this. I figured I had some free time today just to kind of sit around. So I was like, I'll start reading it. It is so funny reading a romance story of someone you know, because you're projecting them into the story, and then you're trying to go, is it going to happen? Is it?
Which might be why all the romance writers I know are like, don't tell me if you've read my books. Like everyone I know doesn't want me to talk to them about their books if I've read them.
So it's definitely it's a fun read so far. I mean, it's only like 16 pages long, and I'm on like page 5. But it's interesting how fast you have to curtail all your world building with only a handful of sentences. And he does a really good job of, like, I know what their powers are. I know how supers exist in their world. And he built it into the plot. So
that's smart.
One of the supers is carrying a piece of their suit with them just in case. And so it works right into the plot. So I definitely enjoy reading shorts because there's no time to lament about stuff.
There's no fluff, that's for sure.
Nope. So yeah, we'll have to figure out how we want to, like, make comments or just accept, or like.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if there's something egregious, like it's really poor grammatically, or like it doesn't make any sense, or it has some questionable themes, then I think we need to give them feedback. But I don't know. I don't anticipate that being a problem with our authors, honestly. Everybody that submitted, they really come across very professionally. So
And so far, anything that I would say is a personal preference. There's nothing that I can say, professionally speaking, this should not get done.
Yeah,
It's all,
exactly.
I would have done it this way. So it's really hard as a professor to shut that off.
Yeah. Oh, I bet.
Because I'm like, oh, this is where I would have told my college students, you really need to do more world building, or you need to elaborate on the emotional intent here.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all there and it's all fine. So,
yeah.
And I'm enjoying the read so far. So it obviously stands on its own.
Yeah, it's obviously just fine. I should have mine done in the next couple of weeks. I want to submit it before I go on vacation. I'm taking a week's vacation on August 16th. I'll still do the podcast. Like, I'm not going to not do the podcast. You're like, what? But I am going to go ahead and like just take a staycation because I'm having a really hard time. Like, I'm reaching that point. I can feel it inside that I always get right before a vacation, which is like, it's like the last leg of a marathon. It's just like, I just have to finish. I just have to finish this. So I'm desperately trying to just stay focused the next couple of weeks until I can take some vacation. And so I'm hoping I'll have the story polished and I can send it to you and have that off my plate. That would be really nice. But
my goal is to finish the book I'm working on now. So there's about 40,000 more words to it ish, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then what I'm going to do is I'm not actually going to start the next book. I'm going to finish my edits on everything I currently have. And I'm going to map out every book that I want to write next year.
Wow. Go you.
Because I'm going to have less time.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
the working remote, as of right now, I think I'm working remote. But I think I'm going to have to do asynchronous learning, which I'm fine with.
Mm-hmm.
But that means I can't like wander away from my computer to do what I want to do.
Yeah.
So because of that, like that morning commute, that hour each way, got to be on my writing time.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So, and I mean, I've gotten pretty soft with when I do things.
I know the feeling, honestly. We made the decision. So our district is the only one in our peninsula that has not decided to do a fully remote learning next year. And we're really, really frustrated with that. But as of right now, they're offering either a hybrid program where it's like you go into a physical classroom 2 days and you have remote 3, or a fully remote. So no matter what happens, Dan and I made the decision to do fully remote because cases have been increasing in our peninsula. And it's just, there's no way they can guarantee safety of teachers or students. You just can't.
Right now, we are, my school district actually is the hotbed of Massachusetts, which isn't saying it's horrible, but I think it was 19 cases in 2 days just in my school district. And if you look at the Massachusetts, it's slowly climbing. And I mean, it's very minor.
Mm-hmm.
But that's with isolation still happening.
And school isn't in session.
Yeah. And I don't think people understand. Honestly, what I think is going to happen is we're going to go back to school and we're going to shut our schools down almost instantly again.
Mm-hmm.
And are we going to do this every 14 days? So 1 week on, 14 days remote, 1 week on. Like, imagine those kids that need regularity in their lives.
Yeah, exactly.
Imagine me needing regularity.
I know. You need to be able to plan on some things, honestly.
So I have a sneaking suspicion that it's going to be some sort of kind of longish term remote-ish something.
Mm-hmm.
If I think about it, I'll have a panic attack, so I just ignore it.
I hear you, honestly. All right, our sprint has started.
Okay, we're gonna go hop in.
Me too.
Oops. There we go.
What happened?
I accidentally reset my entire word count again because I do that.
Oh no.
But I got it fixed.
I'm trying to keep a good tally for our competition. You're kicking my ass right now. I added up yours and mine, and I am losing by almost 5,000
Oh, really?
points. Yes.
Oh, we still have 10 days to go.
Oh my God, is that all? Dang.
I'm trying to see. Oh, I hit my weekly minimum.
Oh, did you? Congrats. I hit my daily minimum today,
done that
finally.
in quite some time.
Yeah, I haven't hit my daily minimum in a while either. My eyes are really dry. I'm not really sure what's going on today. I'm making some very nice discoveries about my characters in my romance novel. So that's always nice.
How far are you into it so far?
I'm still in the first act. I just had what I think is probably the meet cute. I kind of accidentally combined the introduction of my hero with the meet cute. I think that's okay. The book I'm reading, Romancing the Beat, says that you can totally do that, and that's fine. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm trying to get the first draft out, and then if things are uneven or I need to take more time between some of these beats, then I can do that. But if I get too far in my head worrying about all of that, I'm just going to get bogged down, and I'm not going to get anything down. So it's the kind of thing I can always adjust. I can always add or, whatever once I have a first draft done.
Yeah, and it's kind of, exploratory, discover, figure it out.
Yeah, it's a discovery draft, so I'm not too worried about it. But I mean, I'm happy so far with things that I'm discovering and how the characters are starting to develop already, like their personalities I can hear in my head, which is really super nice. Some of the world building is kind of falling out organically. I'm using your suggestion about having other people that have superpowers kind of just there in the world. So I have a character that's a siren. I think she's actually the one that I'm going to kill off because she's friends with both of them. But she's a siren. And so she can manipulate emotions through song.
I had in my last superhero book, she was referred to as the Queen.
Ooh.
And she could influence. She could. So there's this thing called suggestive pitch, where supposedly if you can hit the right pitch, it lowers inhibition.
Oh, wow.
It's supposedly how subliminal messages work, though it's not at all how it works. And I decided to make that her ability, and no one kind of knew it.
Oh.
And it's really hard because if the characters don't know what's happening, like you have to make things go really out of character.
Yeah.
And then
you have to make the reader question, like, what's going on? Wait a minute.
And then there was the reveal where they finally figure it out, and it's like, oh, now it makes sense. But you have to get the reader there before they're like, no.
And you don't want to be too obvious with it. You're like heavy-handed with it all, and so it's a delicate balance. Yeah, that's hard.
I definitely got a little heavy-handed at one point because I was like, this character is doing something really out of ordinary.
You're like, this should not be happening at all.
Like, did he just get really lazy with his writing? No, there's a plot, I promise.
There's method behind my madness.
But so far I am, let's see what my word count's at. 52,900.
For the week?
No, God.
I was like, what? For the year?
No, for this particular novel.
Okay.
For the year, I am at.
This is going to be an impressive number.
1,000.
Damn, dude. Damn.
At this rate, I will end the year with 430,000.
That is super impressive.
Granted, who knows with work?
Yeah, but you have an incredible head start, honestly. Like, that's
I'm trying to get my numbers a little bit higher. To balance that out.
Good for you, man.
I hate this new sprint system.
It's wonky.
Well, because like Angie just did it for 5 minutes, which makes perfect sense. Except now you're like, it's gonna start at 7:33.
No.
So like,
that's so awkward.
Yeah, it just, you can't keep it correct.
Mm-mm. That sucks.
Yeah, I wish that I keep pushing for the developer to go back to. I mean, and he's working on it, so it's going to happen eventually. But every time someone suggests it, I'm like, thumb up, thumb up.
Please do this.
Because it's just so much easier. Math. Ugh.
I know. We didn't become writers so we could do math. Let's be honest.
I mean, we're talking like basic addition here is pushing
I still don't like it at all. I mean, I do this in role-playing games. It's like, okay, like this is your target and this is what you rolled, so what's the difference? And I'm like, so half the time I'm like, it's simple subtraction. And I'm just sitting here, I'm like, I've had a gin and tonic and I'm on my third one and you want me to do math? No.
There are actual phone apps that will just do it for you.
Really?
I'm that person. Like, what's the THACO? Let's just figure this out.
I know there are apps that are like dice rolling apps. So if you don't want to roll a physical dice, you can just do the dice roll apps. But I love my dice. I love them. There's also rings. Apparently, like you can buy rings that are either D20s or D12s, and you just spin the ring. I've seen these at conventions so many times, and I don't understand. Like, it feels like that wouldn't quite. I don't know. That feels weird to me.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, right?
I mean, it basically at that point is almost like a little compass that you would spin.
Yeah. I'd rather roll my dice, which I bought I treated myself for finishing Heroes of High Tide Book 2, and I bought myself a pair of really pretty rainbow-colored polyhedral dice, which is like my fourth dice set, I think, fourth or fifth dice set. I have a problem.
I have a friend in the area who, I mean, she probably has 100+ sets of dice at this point.
If anybody watches Critical Role, I forget her name. She plays Jester, and her bag of dice is just, it's huge. She puts it on the table, and there is a thunk. And it's this ginormous hot pink dye bag. It had to have been custom made. She has like 1,000 dye in there at least.
Well, and so I've seen she has a set that have I don't think they're real, but they were resin cast around 4-leaf clovers. So I don't think the 4-leaf clovers are real, but they're so tiny that they're like inside the resin.
Yeah.
She has liquid steel dice.
Oh, I've seen those. I have a friend that has a set of those. They're amazing.
And when she rolls them, you can hear thunk, 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 thunk.
My friend has, so there's a set of dice where it's 2 pieces. So there's the cage, and then there's the dice that sits inside the metal cage. Yeah. He has a pair of those, and then he has a pair that doesn't move around. And then he has a pair of crystal. They're carved from actual crystal. And I actually have a pair of its watermelon tourmaline with elven rune carvings around the numbers. Because I'm girly and dorky like that. And they're this beautiful, like deep pink color. And then Dan got a pair or a set of ones carved from bloodstone. And they're a lot weightier than mine. Mine are kind of on the heavier side for polyhedral dice, but his, when he rolls his in the dice tray, I'm like, geez, like it's like back up, Dan's rolling. They are. But yeah, no, I love all the different kinds of dye you can get. I'm totally a collector at this point.
She has a pair. I don't think she has the full set because I think there was an issue getting the full set. But she has a set of dice made from human bones.
Ooh. Oh, I don't know if I'd want that.
And I'm like, in one set you have 4-leaf clover for good luck. Like, what is that set for?
Yeah. Yeah. What are you rolling for with that set?
And I don't know. Oh, she found a place that will put your ashes into dice. I mean,
I
someone out there is going to make it.
Yeah, I don't know if I have an opinion about that, actually. That could be kind of cool. I don't know.
Away, and here's a D20 Dan.
No, I couldn't do that. Now you put it like that, I'm like, nope.
Yeah, it would be a little weird.
Yeah. Now
every time you got a critical failure, it'd be like, damn you.
Why do you hate me? All right, I can do one more sprint, and then I got to go make dinner.
Okay, we are on.
All right. Oh, wow. 2,800 for the day even.
2590 so far.
Nice.
I'll probably do one more sprint tonight before bed.
You should really rest.
You know, just because I've seen the number now, I'm going to have to stay up even later.
I know. No, I did the math. This was the difference before my word sprints, I think. 4,919 is what you're winning by. If I did my math correctly.
Hold on.
So basically 5,000 words.
We can figure. I don't even know where the buttons are. Oh, that obviously did not do what I wanted.
Man, I have not been sleeping well. I think I'm going to have to take a sleeping pill tonight because I'm about ready to fall asleep and it's not even 5 o'clock here yet.
It is so incredibly humid here right now that going to bed at night is like, even once the AC's been on for 2 hours, it's still warm. And I don't do well in warm, and I already have a super thin blanket, so I just feel gross.
Yeah, I've been sleeping with the sheet, but I don't know what it is. Like, I keep waking up between 2 and 6. Like, I wake up 3 or 4 times, and I'm just like, I just want to sleep.
No. That is the one good thing about my work schedule is I'm up so early that I'm actually quite tired by the evening, that I can pretty much sleep through anything.
Yeah, like this morning I got up at 6 just because I woke up and I couldn't go back to sleep. I've been trying to get up by a little after 7 because I have kids and I gotta get up and wake up while they're still kind of in bed. So
yeah, I want to start trying to shoot for more like 8 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like 9:30 right now on a.
Okay.
So it's not like I'm losing a lot, but that extra hour is checking work emails.
Yeah.
You know, that groggy stuff you do in the morning.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. There's a big difference with that 1 hour. I'm right there with you.
And then I feel when noon comes and I want to do writing, now I feel like I've accomplished all this other stuff. So
exactly,
I can ignore it for the day. So, all right. Well, I will let you go. I'm
okay.
Almost out of
that. 3 o'clock tomorrow for our staff meeting where we plot world domination.
Yep, that works for me.
All right. I will see you tomorrow, sir.
Okay. Take care, everyone.
Bye.